Hey guys, this is Shock from the Shock Block here. I know it's been a while since I've made a video. I've got some ideas cooking right now, but I'm also, trying to fulfill a commission for somebody regarding a VR chat avatar. So I've been working on that as well. Got some stuff going on. So I just thought I'd drop a quick reaction video and share my thoughts, my 2 cents about this whole new Sonic Origins Plus trailer that came out. I didn't see a whole lot of people talking about this. Like, I mean, a good chunk of people are like reacting to this, but it just dropped recently, so it makes sense. But I was like, wow, more people are excited about Sonic Frontiers DLC, which makes sense because Sonic Frontiers is a more solid game. It's more fun. Like I mean, I guess people could you could argue Sonic Origins is fun. It's a great game. Like a great collection. It's not like the best because it was lacking in, certain features and like the fact that it was like, asking you $44 for the whole package. And they're like really old games. And the project was kind of rushed to where, some glitches were not entirely fixed. No, not all the bugs were fixed. I mean, at least they fixed that problem where Tails would get stuck into, and where it would be two-player mode with Sonic and Tails. Like, at least they fixed it where Tails wouldn't get stuck anymore and have to keep jumping over and over. They fixed some of the bugs, but some of the bugs remained, and I guess the big thing people were upset about was that Sonic 3 and Knuckles' music wasn't, like, the best. Like, the substitutes they put in there didn't really, sound as good. And, I mean, when you look back at the prototypes, like, they actually sounded pretty okay. Like, there's actually been some, version of the prototype music that's, like, actually sounds good and kind of nice, but then the way that they implemented it into the actual Sonic Origins collection sounds a little jank, sounds a little off with the way the beats are, but, they did their best to work around the legal issues, and you can just mod the game to have that music in there, and then there you go. Like, I played the game myself. I didn't play through the whole thing because I've already played like Sonic 3 and Knuckles like a bajillion times, but I thought it was fun. That was a good collection. Yeah, it's a bit of a steep price, I guess, but if you're willing to pay, since you're a big Sonic fan, like I am, it's a good collection. It's a good time. I do agree that Sonic 3 Air and Sonic 1 Forever and Sonic 2 Absolute, they're like better. They have more features and they have more things you can do with them. But hey, this is the official one, and it has like sprites, like added new sprites for Super Sonic and Hyper Sonic, and like you have Super Tails and then you have Hyper Tails, and Knuckles is playable with Tails and all this stuff. So I mean, there's at least some added stuff that isn't as easily accessible in the other ones. I don't know if they had. I think there was a Supersonic mod for Sonic 3 Air to where you could have extra added sprites from this version. I'm not sure if that's correct, but I feel like I saw that somewhere. I never confirmed that for sure for myself. But yeah, it's not a terrible collection. It's just kind of pricey, and there's a few bugs, and it's not perfect, but it is pretty good for what it is, and I liked it, and they did a good job. It's not horrible. Let's just say that. But anyway, let's go on with the trailer. Sorry for postponing it. Just wanted to put my 2 cents about the original Sonic Origins. I've already technically seen this, but I just wanted to give you a fresh reaction here. The definitive classic Sonic collection. Oh my gosh, 9 out of 10. Not sure if a lot of people gave it a 9 out of 10, but okay, sure. I'll believe you. 4 iconic Sonic titles. Remastered in widescreen HD. Oh my gosh, we already know that. New modes, challenges, and more. I'm sorry I'm being a little cynical. I'm just, trying to give a bit of a realistic thing here. Kind of be realism here. New playable Amy! Hooray! Woo! Yes! Finally! Finally, you get it, Sega! You get it! You gave us Amy! 12 Sonic Game Gear games? What? 12? Oh my gosh! 12 Game Gear games! I mean, that's cool. I like Game Gear games. Uh, got like a whole bunch of them. That's really generous of you, Sega. Sure, yeah, but where's Sonic Spinballs and Knuckles Chaotix, Sonic 3D Blast? You could have at least just thrown those on there. Maybe even Sonic R for the funsies, you know? Just throw the PC version of Sonic R as well. I guess that would be kind of hard because that game is like Windows 98. But, you know, fans have already gotten that game working through some means on Windows 10, actually. It's like really easy. There's a whole Blaze Hedgehog video about it. Let's see. So this is very cool. I like that it's going to give you an art book. You have like a reversible cover art. That's really cool. I do like this. This like physical version. That is very, very cool. I do like that a lot. I just now am realizing that if I were to buy this, I'd be like, I don't know if I would play it that much. Like, I would play it for Amy and Knuckles in Sonic CD. Knuckles is playable in Sonic CD now. It doesn't really tell you that outright here, but if you go to the page, let's see. We go here, which is it's origins.sonicthehedgehog.com. Tells you in the video. It says that playable Knuckles in Sonic CD. So there you go. They finally listened. They finally gave us Knuckles in Sonic CD. That's great. I'm very happy about that, and I'm very happy we got Amy. But now that you've included Game Gear games, you gotta ask, wonder like, why are there Sonic Spinball and Knuckles Chaotix tracks in the music section, but we can't actually like play those games? You know, like they're in the music section. Why not just give us the games? Like, I don't expect you to take Knuckles Chaotix and, like, rework it. Like, you just give us the ROM. Make it playable. I don't care. Just make it playable so that I don't have to, like, emulate it myself all the time, I guess. This is a way to, like, be like, oh, look, I got Knuckles Chaotix officially re-released. Oh, my gosh. You know, that'd be cool. You know, because, like, all these Game Gear games, that's cool. Yeah, I'm happy about that. I mean, that's great, but, you know, the only thing about Game Gear games... Okay. Here's the thing, though. When I saw this, I'm like, oh, okay, sure. I guess that can justify the double dipping of, like, paying whatever amount of money this is going to cost. They don't tell you how much this is going to cost. People are like, well, how much does it cost? I don't know. It doesn't say. Go to the website. There's no price. I guess we're going to find out in the months to come, because it's not June yet, so at least this is like gonna come out. But maybe they'll even announce more. If I'm like, I like how I watched this one guy's reaction. He's like maybe they're just working on how to get Sonic 3D Blast and Knuckles Chaotix to work. Maybe they're just figuring it out. I'm like, oh yeah, sure. Like, they don't know how to get an emulator in there. I mean, maybe Sega doesn't know, but I don't know. Like someone's like, oh, maybe they just haven't figured out how to get working with the retro engine. I'm like, I don't think that's what they're going to be using for this stuff. Retro engine is its own thing. I feel like you could just drop an emulator in, drop the ROMs in there, and just tell it to like load it, you know, externally in that little pocket, in like a little pocket folder, to be like, oh, launch this, you know, like. You know, they're not going to rework these into the retro engine. There's too many games to rework. It's obviously an emulator. Anyway, so here's the thing the thing I have about this. So Tales of Sky Patrol, that game's just it's all right. It's whatever. I liked it for what it was, but it's not that great of a game. It's kind of like jank. It's not that great of a game. I don't love Tales of Sky Patrol. It's okay. I mean, sure, I guess it is a Japanese game. It's being released, and I think you can play it on like the Mega Collection and stuff. So I'm pretty sure it's been released before. So it's not that like amazing that they're releasing Tales of Sky Patrol, which was a Japan-only game, I think. And then Tales Adventure. They should really correct that title screen. It's supposed to be Tails Adventure, not Tails Adventures. But anyway, Tails Adventure, that game is okay. I've never beaten it. I've heard from like Clement and others that like it's not terrible. It's just more of like a Metroidvania type kind of thing almost. But like I found it to be not so amazing. It's just okay. Kind of a neat idea for Tails to have his own like game where he has gadgets and stuff. It's alright. And then we have Sonic 2, which is actually a fine game. It's a it's a pretty good game. It's a pretty good game. It's kind of hard. It's kind of difficult. I don't love it, but it's alright. Sonic Triple Trouble, very good game. I really like Sonic Triple Trouble. There's a really good fan remake out there right now, actually, that's 16-bit. It's like almost like a whole new game on its own. But Triple Trouble itself is a really good game. Sonic Spinball on the Game Gear, I've heard is terrible compared to the Genesis version, and I haven't really played the Game Gear one, but I've heard it's terrible. I've heard it doesn't really live up to the Genesis one, which the Genesis one in itself is kind of a weird game anyways. And I don't love the Genesis one either, so I wouldn't really care if they didn't include Sonic Spinball, the 16-bit version. I would just be like, okay, cool. Like, Sonic Spinball was one of those games as a kid where I'm like, I booted up and I'm just like, I suck at this. Why is this game so hard? This game is crazy. I would get up to like the third level, and then I just couldn't go anymore. I'd just be like, how the heck do they expect you to beat this? And I'd be like, I get so frustrated. So Sonic Spinball on the Game Gear, I'm sure, is not much better than that experience. But it's okay of a game if it's a Genesis version. I don't know how good the Game Gear one is, but I've heard it's not very good. Sonic the Hedgehog on Game Gear, that one's pretty decent, pretty good game. It's alright, I like it. Dr. Robotnik's Beam Beam Machine, it's okay. It's alright. I'm not really a big Puyo Puyo fan or a Tetris type of fan or those kind of games where you have to like do the puzzle block thing. I'm not the biggest fan of those, but they're alright. Sonic Blast, that game sucks. I'm just gonna say it, right? Sonic Blast sucks. I'm sorry, but oh my gosh, I hate Sonic Blast. If you've ever played the water level, the level where you go through the tubes and stuff, you can easily get stuck in those tubes going back and forth and back and forth and and the music, that music, I couldn't stand to play Sonic Blast for too long. If I were to go back to play it right now, I'd be like, really? That'd be like the one, like that'd be one of the classic Sonic games where I'd be like, why am I playing this? If someone were to ask me to try to play that game and like make a review about it, I'd be like, no, please don't. So Sonic Drift 2, it's pretty okay. I didn't really love the Sonic Drift games in general. They're okay, they're neat, but I don't find them to be that great compared to like Mario Kart. They're okay. Sonic Labyrinth, it's, interesting experiment with Sonic, but it's not amazing. It's slow, and it's kind of hard to like get around in that game, but it's at least like, it's not terrible. It's an okay game. You can have some fun with it, I'm sure, if you don't mind like a game like that where you have to kind of walk slow and spin dash everywhere around and bounce around. The controls are weird, but it's alright. Sonic Chaos is a good game. I've played that before. I used to have a Game Gear myself, and I would play Sonic Blast, Sonic Chaos, Sonic Triple Trouble, Sonic 2, and those were all the games that I had on my Game Gear. Oh, and Sonic Drift 2 is another one I had. And I would play those, and I thought those were all great except for Sonic Blast. And so Sonic Chaos, it's a fun game. It's the, I think that Sonic Triple Trouble is technically the sequel to Sonic Chaos, because in Japan, Sonic Chaos was called Sonic and Tails, and then Sonic Triple Trouble was called Sonic and Tails 2, if I'm correct. So, yeah. So these are overall, most of these are either ranging from okay to good to really good games. So it's not like we're getting like a bunch of bad games. Not that I, have put all my opinions out there about these, but like you know, it's nice that they're including all these, but why not include some other games? Like, I don't know, like Sonic R, maybe. Sonic Knuckles Chaotix. Where's Knuckles Chaotix? I just think, we need a few more. Guys, I don't mean to be nitpicky. I know I'm being kind of nitpicky and cynical about this whole thing. And, I'm happy that they're at least including this new content. I'm happy it's at least happening. They could have just said, no, we're not going to make a Sonic Origins Plus. Forget you guys. But at least it's happening. At least it's, a thing that Sega cares to do. That's good. I'm happy that we're getting more content and that they're showing that they care. I mean, we didn't get any DLC for Sonic Forces, unless you count the Supersonic one. I think there was some other stuff. There was like the Sonic T-shirt, but other than like the Sonic T-shirt and the Supersonic DLC, we didn't really get a whole lot for Sonic Forces. The last time we had 2 Sonic games come out, there was one 2D and one 3D, and then they're like, "Oh, here's some extra stuff to make you happy," So this is cool that they're actually doing that again. That they're like, "Hey, here's Sonic Origins Plus," just like Mania Plus. So I'm happy that they're doing it, and I'm very happy that Amy is playable. So, I mean, it makes me wonder if Amy was like planned from the start, because she's in like the pictures and she's in the animations and everything. She's in the advertising and the animations and the pictures, the logo for the game. So maybe she was already in the works, but they just didn't finish her in time. And Sega's like, just put her in the DLC later, and we'll make it be like this big reveal. Like, oh, look, see? We've been working on this. We just got it out for you guys. It's like, okay. Like, no one knows for sure if that's the case, if, like, they made it recently, or if they, were working on it from before. Like, it was all planned, and they just now, like, got it done. It's, no one knows for sure, of course. But, it's just my theory of, like, maybe they already had Amy planned and she just wasn't finished, I really hope that maybe, like, Stealth is still working there and that he can help iron out some of the bugs that, did kind of plague the game a bit. But to be fair, it's not that bad of a, collection. Like, I thought it was pretty solid. There are some, like, issues here and there with certain games. I know I forget what they are because they're kind of minor, and like I know there's like certain like parts of Sonic 1 or 2 that like control differently or something handles differently. But the only big thing that I found that it's kind of weird, is that classic mode is just 4x3 mode, but it's just a game in 4x3. It's not like the actual classic game, like where like everything is like the default, it's still got all the bonus stuff and the spin dash and everything. So you can't go back to like just Sonic 1 without the spin dash. But to me, it's like, why do you care so much? Just don't use the spin dash. You have to actually think about it and use the drop dash or the spin dash when you play Sonic 1 anyway. So why not just pretend it's not there, and then it's like Sonic 1 again. It's like, I just don't get why that's a big complaint where people are like, oh, it's supposed to be the classic one. They're supposed to not have anything in there. It's like, yeah, okay. I guess that's a legitimate. I guess that's a legit. Yeah, okay. I guess that's a legitimate complaint, but that's really minor. That's a really minor complaint about Sonic 1. I don't see what the big deal is. Just don't use the spin dash. You can just not use it. Like, it's technically optional. Anyway, I just wanted to give my 2 cents about this, talk about it, and it seemed like people were, like, praising this a lot and saying, oh my gosh, guys, I'm so happy! Like, I am happy that we're getting Amy. I'm happy we're getting Amy. I'm happy Knuckles is playable in CD. That's cool. Officially, it says official. This is great. I just, it feels a little weird after, all the complaints about people saying, like, Like, Sonic Origins sucks. It's such a bad collection. Why'd they do it like this? And, like, in my opinion, it's not that bad. Like, people are a little bit too cynical about it, but, I mean, I do acknowledge that it's not a perfect, like, port of the classics, and that there are a few bugs. But really the only, like, big issues for me are, like, you know, Sonic 3's music, which you can just mod. You can just mod the original music back in. But, like, hopefully this Plus version doesn't break the mods like Frontiers did. Frontiers' update broke the physics and momentum mods. Like, basically, if you try to turn on the momentum tweak mod that I had, it just won't boot the game at all. It just says no. But at least you can still play, like, the model skin swaps. I was able to still play those mods. That's nice. But it's just like, no. You want to fix the game now? No. Sorry. I like Frontiers. You can't fix the momentum now. Like, why? I kind of liked having the momentum fixed, Sega. It's like, we were trying to fix your problem with the game. Can you make it so we can implement our mod so that the game feels a little bit better to control, so it makes us happy to play it? Like, no? Okay. Alright then. I mean, to be fair, Sonic Frontiers isn't like terrible the way it controls. I like Sonic Frontiers. I played through it and I had a good time with it. I don't know if I want to like play through the whole thing all over again, because I don't know. To me, it felt like a kind of a grind. I mean, I did like it. I enjoyed the open zone. I enjoyed the open zone more than the cyberspace. But like, when I was playing it earlier yesterday, I was just like, man, it's kind of annoying that the game constantly is like, enemy! Oh my gosh, this enemy's over here! And it like does this dramatic, like, you know, cutscene thing, and I'm like, okay, I get it. I get it. There's a bad guy over there. Can you just chill out? I don't care about that mini boss. Like, I'm just trying to like run around. And then I just don't know if I want to like play through all the challenges and stuff. I guess I'll try out the DLC challenge. I haven't gotten to it yet because like the main stuff. I played it for a little while. And I'm just like, okay, I gotta get back to what I'm working on. I gotta get back to what I'm actually working on and get into the models and stuff. But I was just like, man, do I really want to go back to Sonic Frontiers just for the challenges, the extra challenges? I mean, I guess you unlock something special. I don't know what you unlock. I haven't looked it up yet. Okay, so I just watched the video about how... Okay, so I just watched the video about what you unlock... Okay, so I just watched the video about what you unlock through the Sonic Frontiers DLC, through the challenges and stuff, what you can unlock. And the fact that there's a power boost move that makes you, like, insanely fast. Well, then again, I haven't uploaded all my, I haven't, like, leveled up all my stats to maximum. I haven't maxed out Sonic speed and everything. But he was going, like, super fast with that power boost. I was like, whoa! Okay, so you can make yourself super fast. Okay. Now I am motivated to go back and play that game some more. Because I was just kind of wondering, like, you know, well, what do you unlock? You know, I don't know if they actually tell you when you get the DLC. So it just tells you what you get, like the challenges and stuff. It doesn't really tell you what happens when you unlock stuff. So that's really cool. That's why I made a video talking about, you know, what you can, it tells you how to unlock stuff and what you can unlock. So that's really cool. So now I do want to go back and play Frontiers, and so I'd say, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about what Sega's doing recently. And you know, good on you, Sega. Good on you to like listen to the fans and get us, you know, wanting to play these games again. You know, more content. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that, Sega. You know, it may not be perfect, and you know, some people might see this as like, okay, just put a bunch of Game Gear ROMs on there. But we got Amy. We got Amy Rose, and she's awesome. You know, she's looking great. And we got Knuckles and Sonic CD. I can't wait to play as Knuckles and Sonic CD. That's gonna be great. So yeah, you know, after you know, thinking it through, talking about my opinions and whatnot, I'd say say I'm feeling pretty good about this. Good on you, Sega. You know, keep on making us like happy with these great DLC stuff. You know, may not be able to fix everything, but at least they're trying to show us that they're trying to put out more content out there and they care. They really do care about making these games have more value and more awesome bonus content. So that's good. That's great. Good on you, Sega. Anyways, this is Shock from the Shock Block, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.